So welcome back, everybody. And we are going to continue to learn about abstract art. So supplies you're going to need for this project. A little bit different than the last few. So you're definitely going to need 2 pieces of paper exactly the same size. You can use crayons or markers, colored pencils, oil pastels, and you're going to need a black marker or pen of some sort. You can use a black colored pencil, crayon, but you will need a black. You'll need a ruler, scissors, and glue. I'm using a glue stick, but you can use regular glue, will work just fine. So you're going to start with 1 piece of paper, and you're going to take a pencil, and you're going to start to draw out your name. So here I'm using all capitals. Now you don't need to write your name straight across, you can stagger the letters. You just want to make sure that you fill the page. And then with whatever black material you're going to be using, you're going to trace over the letters of your name. Now you can see I am tracing over this quite thick, and you want to make sure that the letters are thick. Give them some dimension. You don't just want to trace it once. That will not work for this project.
A few moments later.
So I used all capitals for this one. You do not have to use all capital letters for this. Lettering is nice and thick. I did do a couple versions. That was all lowercase, some fancies, some thicker lines. I did block letters. So I chose those 2. I'm going to stick with this first one here. So now we need you to do a stop and take a photo of that. Because that's going to need to be uploaded with your project as well. So the beginning of your project needs to also be uploaded. So with that first piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And fold it in half one more time. So we have folded this in half 1, 2, 3 times. You should have 8 sections. With your ruler and your pencil, you're just going to trace over the lines you made by folding the paper. So we've got 1 down the center. And then you're going to have 3 more going up and down. I was just refolding it to make sure that I am drawing on the correct line. So you still have your 8 sections. And then you're ready to cut. So you're going to cut on those lines that you just made with the pencil. So I started with that middle line again. Cut that right in half. And I'm going to cut my smaller sections. We're just cutting these into rectangles.
"12 seconds later."
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you're going to go get that second piece of paper that you had. puzzle that you are going to need to figure out. Pieces are going to go upside down, however you want them to look. And you're going to create a pattern with the letters of your name on the paper. So you're going to want to play around with this just a little bit. Rearrange your letters to create nice shapes and lines. This will take you a little bit of time. I didn't like that huge white spot in the middle there, so I was flipping around a few more shapes. Still didn't like it. Then when you're done, you're going to glue down each piece one at a time. Make sure you line the corners up so they all fit right back on that page. And since you're using two papers of the same size, they should fit perfectly right inside.
Days later.
Last one in there. Now to color this, I'm going to use my color sticks. Again, those are just colored pencils without the wood around them. It makes for less sharpening. I'm going to stick with some warm colors this time, so I'm going to pick out all the colors that I need. Put those to the side. Choose a section to start in. Now, you can choose to color all the white spaces that are open the same color, and then only color in different colors where there's a definite shape. But I felt like that would be too much of one color. So I'm going to take each rectangle and color them as a shape. So I'm going to start with this one here. Staying inside the lines of that S curve, and then keeping in that rectangle and not going outside the lines of the rectangle. I'm going to use a gold color. I'm going to do the same for all of them.
6.5 hours later.
Now what I'm doing here is I'm blending one color into the next. Because there was no definite line or shape, it was mostly open in that rectangle. So I'm just working to blend two colors together so that I don't have a solid color within one rectangle. Same thing here, using a couple colors to blend together so that I don't have one solid color inside of that rectangle. Take your time with this.
2 hours later.
And yes, this is sped up, but do not rush through this. Make sure you're following all steps and directions. Just getting this last one to this name that I did, and I divided it up with my ruler and pencil, cut it into 8 pieces, and then rearranged it back on paper with glue. This one I used some oil pastels.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
And no particular color scheme, but I did use the 8 rectangles as a guide. So there you have a warm color, and then previously to all this I did do a cool color with block letters. That was my test run. So you can see this project done 3 times, and when you upload you should have 2 images. One of your final project, which is shown right here, and then if you remember I asked you to stop what you were doing and take a picture of just your name. So those will be the 2 things you need to upload to your Edmodo. And that does count toward your grade. Some of you are finding this video here on YouTube. You will not be turning it in for a grade, but remember, just to have fun with this and be creative with this. So for my students, remember, must upload your project to Edmodo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for those of you that do this project, I would love to see it. You can leave it right down there in the comments for me to see. That would be awesome.